So I've been thinking about getting a call answering service. I've been considering like what revenue do you lose that you don't even realise you're losing. So I'll give you an example. Over the years, I'll use Skip Hire as an example. Over the years, you wouldn't believe the amount of the amount of times I've gone on Google, I've been in an area that I don't know and there's not a usual skip company I'd use. And I've gone onto Google and I've searched Skip Hire Burton-on-Trent. Or I'll do it with Grab drivers actually. I needed a Grab lorry in Burton-on-Trent about a month ago. So I'll search Grab Hire lorry, Grab Hire service, Burton-on-Trent. The first 3 that I ring don't answer. The 4th guy answers, and I book him in and say, yep, come and pick the stuff up tomorrow. Them first 3 companies, if they'd answered the phone, and they could have done the time scale I needed, and it was in the price that I needed, I would have just pulled the trigger and done it. I wouldn't have bothered. If the first one had answered, I would have just booked in with him, and he would have got the money. But he didn't answer the phone. Now, I understand, because I'm in a situation where I haven't always answered the phone. Right now, I'll if I'm on a job site working, I will stop and I'll answer the phone. If I'm on a quote, I won't answer the phone. I feel like that's just rude while you're doing a quote, while you're doing a kind of selling appointment. And I've tried to be a lot more present at family time, so I've tried not to answer the phone too much then. Weekends, evenings, things like that. So I've been considering getting this call answering service, and on the surface it sounds, expensive, because is it something that you really need? That's been my question. That's been the kind of back and forth in my head. Do I really need a call answering service? So they tend to, from what I've looked at and how many minutes or how many calls I think we're getting a month, they want like 200-300 quid a month. And it sounds like a cost, but I've been thinking about it more and more. And if they answer calls that I wouldn't have answered, because I've done it before where people have called, I've missed it, I've been on a quote, I get out the quote 20 minutes later, half an hour later, and they say, oh, it's all right, we've got someone coming over tomorrow. And I try and win them back, but they're just like, nope, just needed someone that'd actually answer the phone and turn up. So, I've been looking at the numbers, and like for us, our average job is say 2.5 grand right now in the grass business. By the time you allow for your profit margin, like I need like 1, 2, 3 jobs would definitely, an extra 3 jobs a month would way more than pay for the call answering service. Probably 1 job a month, by the time you allow for your profit margin, would pay for the whole call answering service. Not only that, but you don't have to answer any calls. It's not even like just the evenings and weekends, although you can pick that they just do it on evenings and weekends. But I can get them to answer all the phone calls and all they have to do is bring in 1 extra job a month, which is I'm probably missing 1 call a month where they would have booked in, or they would have bought some grass, or they would have done something that would bring us some money in that I've missed because I've been on an appointment, or I've been doing family time, or for any other reason that I've missed the call. It's happened before many times where, like, I did a job in Arnold, and the customer called me. They were out shopping, and they saw some artificial grass in the shop, and they decided to call and book me in for a quote. I went to go and quote it an hour later, hour and a half later, probably not even that. I think it was about an hour later, and I booked the job in. It was a 5.5 grand, and I booked it in within an hour of them calling. So that 1 job on its own would have more than paid for a couple of months of the call answering service. So I've always said, like, I think you could quite easily build a business that does 100, 200, 300 grand a year, spins off say 50 to 100 grand a year for you by doing 4 simple things. Answer the phone, turn up to the quote, because there's so many tradesmen just don't answer the phone. Turn up to the quote, so many tradesmen booking a quote and then not turning up. Actually send them the quote or give it to them in person. I think this is the one where most seem to fail, because it's surprising how many jobs you go to, and if you ask them, hey, have you had any other quotes, and they say, yeah, well, we've had 2 people come around, but they haven't sent us the quote yet. So 3rd one, actually send the quote. And fourth one, follow up after the quote. And I think just doing them 4 things, I don't like the pricing, doesn't matter whether you wear a branded top or anything, it doesn't matter. Like, if you can get them 4 things, they are like the 4 basic minimum basic requirements to have a decent sized business. You can come in as a new guy and beat people out just by doing them 4 things. Answer the phone, turn up to the quote, give them the quote, and follow up afterwards, just by doing them 4 things. So I've been considering getting call answering service. I'd be interested, do any of you guys use a call answering service right now, and have you found that my hypothesis, have you found that that has actually worked, that you actually end up, the extra jobs that you win pays for the service, and it ends up technically free because you're getting an extra job out of it a month, or an extra couple of jobs? I'll be really interested to know. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.